everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then hi, my name is Caitlin, and today not only am I matching my candle, twinning, I am doing my bronzer ranking. This is the start of my ranking series on my channel here on Vlogmas. I'm doing bronzers today, then blushes, highlighters and eyeshadow palettes, so stick around. But we've got 15 bronzers to talk about, which first of all, can we talk about how good it is that I only have 15? My declutter series was bomb. If you haven't seen that, I will link it in the cards. We cut down a lot, and yeah, we only have 15 to talk about, which I know is still a lot to some people, but give me a break, okay? Give me a break. So yeah, 15, I will not be going through the numbers like talking. I will put them on screen because I already know I'm going to get so confused and it's going to go wild. So I'll put the numbers on screen instead of saying the numbers out loud. But just before we jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe because we are doing Vlogmas. I'm uploading every single day from the 1st of December to the 31st of December, and then I'm probably going to go in a coma for first 2 weeks of January just to recover, but then I'll be back to 3 videos a week. We do so many project pans, shop my stashes and bright fun colourful makeup looks as I'm wearing today. Love it. But yeah, we are talking about bronzers, so let's get into it. Let's do this. I also got my brows done. I say got my brows done. I did it myself, but I don't think they're too bad. They're not too dissymmetrical. I feel like this one is slightly higher. I'll sort it out. It's fine. It's fine, I'm not a miracle worker, okay? Okay, so last on the list is my Caress Bronze and Glow palette. Now, this is what this palette looks like. Now, the reason that this is last is because we're talking about bronzers today. These two, the highlighter and the blush, I love. I adore them, and that is why this has not been decluttered. All of the things in this video and all of the ranking videos are things that I have kept in my collection for a reason, so even though this is like the last on the list, it still survived the declutter. But no, we're talking about the bronzer. I did not keep this palette for the bronzer. The bronzer is my skin tone. Can you see that? And I'm very pale. So for this to be my skin tone, like, it's like Where's Wally? But like, where's the bronzer? Where did I swatch it? Can you tell? You can tell when it's like that, but head on, no. This just, I don't want to say it isn't pigmented, it's just really light. And as I said, I'm very pale, so for it to be really light on me is a little bit suspicious. Like, who is this meant for? A ghost. These two, as I said, great. You will see them in my blush and my highlight ranking. But the bronzer, I definitely did not keep it for the bronzer. Yeah. If I do pan this palette, I'll be panning these two and decluttering this 100%. If it was a single, it would be decluttered. Next is my LA Splash Moonlight Glow palette, and this is very similar. This is the bronzer in this palette. It is called Bronze Goddess, and again, it's so pale. It is slightly less pale than the Caress. Like, you can see the swatch there, but like, for me, I like a bronzer. You will see going towards the end of this ranking, most of them are quite dark. I love a good deep bronzer, and this just isn't that. But these 3 shades, actually no, these 2 shades, love, and that's why I've kept this palette. Next, I was slightly harsh on this. This is my Zoeva Caramel Melange palette. Oh no, it's not. It's my Cocoa Blend. No, it's not. Where is that? Hang on. I pulled the wrong palette. This is how unprofessional. I was right the first time. This is my Caramel Melange palette. And as you can see, it does have a bronzer in here. Now, I have been a little bit harsh on this. I've ranked it so low. What? What? I don't know what just happened, but I'm going to put it back in the packaging and pretend I did not see that. I'm not going to hold it out because I'm slightly scared now. But this is nice. This is a shimmer bronzer. I don't know why I'm swatching all of these. It is a lot deeper than the other shades. The reason that it's ranked so low is simply because I don't pull it. I don't pull it enough. I want to give these little Zoeva £2 palettes more love in the coming year. I don't know when. I don't know when I'll have the chance to do that, but I want to try. And yeah, I just don't pull it enough. I don't know it enough because I don't use it. And yeah, it seems like a nice bronzer to me. It does. I just don't pull it. Next is Anastasia Tawny, and as you can tell, we are going into the deeper bronzers now. This is really red toned. Like, you can see it compared to the other ones. This is red and it's slightly off-putting, I'm not gonna lie, but I quite like it. I weirdly quite like it. It's so strange. Yeah, bizarre. So this is kind of the middle of the list. It's starting the middle. Like, I know how this works. I have a good understanding of it. I would like to pan it some point. Again, don't know when that's going to be with everything coming up, but like some point I would love to pan this. But yeah, it's just super red. Super red. Next, I'm actually working on this in my This Is Fantasy project pan. This is my PS Perfect Colour Foundation and Contour Stick. Mine is in Honey. And this, here we go, it is the first of the cream bronzers. I don't reach for cream bronzer much. The only reason I'm reaching for this is because it is in a project. If this wasn't in a project, I would not reach for it. It's nice, I'm wearing it today. It's a nice bronzer, but stick cream bronzers are just not my favourite. But again, it survived the declutter, so I do enjoy it. But it's not my personal preference. Next we have my NARS palette. So there are 2 bronzers in here. With palettes, if there's more than one shade of bronzer or blush or highlight or whatever, I'm just going to count it as one. But these 2 are the bronzers. We have a lighter one and a darker one. They are the shades Now or Never and Give It Away. So the reason that these are so far down on the list is because these are like a cream to powder formula. They're actually really beautiful. See, this is why I hate these videos, because I swatch them and I'm like, ooh, I changed my mind. But no, I'm going to stick to it. I am going to stick to it. I don't reach for this palette too much, and it's a shame because I lusted after this for years, and I got it last year on Black Friday, and it's nice, but I just don't reach for it. I think I am quite intimidated by the creaminess of them, and they're not, I don't know, because they're creams, they're not that pigmented with a brush, and I'm just like a little bit confused. This palette does confuse me quite a lot. Next, this is now coming into ones that I quite like. So next is Ofra Format. This is so beautiful. I used this in my Shop My Stash this month. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it above. But this, you can see the rings in this. We are so close to panning this. Why am I swatching everything? And you can tell now we are getting into those super pigmented bronzers. So if you don't like a super pigmented bronze look, maybe don't go for these ones. But this is just stunning. I love this. It gives just the right amount of shimmer to your skin to make it look healthy and not highlighted. I just think this is so underrated. I remember so many people hating this, and I just want everyone to apologize to it, because it does not deserve that much hate. It is so pretty. Okay, now is actually another cream, but it is the Primark Bronze Whip. This is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, and I have a hair. This is it swatched just here. It is lighter than the I did this so awkwardly. No, it's about the same colour. I prefer this kind of cream over the stick, just because it looks more like a powder. I'm set in my ways. I am stubborn. I will die on this hill. I don't know, it just seems more luxurious than getting a stick and like drawing on your face. And I do prefer the quality of this as well. It's more creamy, it's more light, not in colour, in like texture. It's nice, I just like it. This is the only cream bronzer that I actually like, which says a lot. Next we have my Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie, and this, to be fair, has not been used as much as I want, but we can really tell now. We're getting into some pigmented bronzers. This is very dark, but I love it. I do. I love a good dark bronzer, and it's very yellow toned as well. My others aren't quite as yellow toned, but in a good way. For summer, this is beautiful. I probably wouldn't wear this in winter so much just because it is so yellow toned, but summer, this is so nice, and it looks brand new. I know, I have used it, I promise. But I do want to get a lot more use out of this in summer because it is just beautiful. I do really like this formula. I was looking at the cream bronzers like ages ago before I actually knew about my hatred for cream bronzers, and I'm so glad that I did not buy them because the powder ones I'm happy with, I like. Next, this is actually a rediscovered favourite in my collection. This is a throwback. This is the I Heart Revolution Light Contour Palette, and this is what it looks like. It has a chocolate smell, which I think I just got it on my nose. Which, the smell, it's not great. It's chocolate, but it's like chocolate that you've left in the cupboard for about a year, and it's starting to go a little bit, you know, but it's definitely chocolate. I don't know. The smell isn't great, but it's not overpowering. If I just like open it and use it, I can't really smell it. This bronzer, why do I keep swatching on that side when I keep meaning to swatch here? This is what it looks like on that one. I'm so bad at this. It is so pigmented, like, and it is the perfect undertone as well. You can see it more there. It's not too red, it's not too yellow, it's pigmented, but in a good way. It's not patchy. I love this. Like, if you're looking for a really affordable pigmented bronzer, this is so good. The highlight's okay, but stick around for my highlight ranking to figure that out. But this bronzer is so good, and it's so cheap. Love it. Next is my Italian Summer palette from ABH. Forgot for a minute. ABH. This is what it looks like. I have thoughts about this palette as a whole. Do I go into it now? Sure, let's do it. Let's go into the rant about this. These two shades, the bronzer and the blush, lovely, beautiful, love them with all my heart. This highlighter, if this was Revolution prices, I'd still be pissed off, but this is like 50 quid. ABH, are you okay? Are you okay? I would price this at 20, and as I said, I'd still be pissed off with this highlighter. We're not doing my highlight ranking right now, but I've just swatched it. And again, where's Wally? Where did I swatch it? I swatched it here. Can you see that? No. Anyway, this is not highlighters. This is, sorry. I'm going to do this rant every video. I hope you know that. This is the bronzer that we're talking about. Super pigmented, super like blendable, beautiful. There you go, I swatched it there. It is very similar to the Revolution one. More expensive does not always mean better, even though I am ranking it slightly higher. You know what? Ignore me. I think this palette, if this was like just this palette, beautiful. Worth 50 quid? No. This palette worth 50 quid? I actually think that this highlighter devalues this palette. Sorry, I'm going on about highlights again. This is not a highlight video, but the bronzer in this, beautiful. Let's put this down before I do any more ranting. Okay, next is actually something that I got in Glossybox like ages ago. This is the Kinder Kind Bronze. This is obviously a dupe for the Physicians Formula. You can tell. I personally have never tried the Physicians Formula, but everything that everyone says about it is this. It is so creamy and smooth. I've just swatched it there. It's lighter than my other ones, but like, I just like it. It is so buttery. And that's the thing, like where I've swatched it, it feels smooth on my fingers. It's beautiful. It genuinely is beautiful. And I think this is pretty inexpensive as well. This is in the shade Blissful Bronze. Ooh, girl. I like that. Next is my Give Them Lala bronzer. This is not in its original compact because my compact broke. I dropped it on the floor and it decided to die. So I have repressed it into this. But this is the Give Them Lala bronzer. Why did I decide to swatch things? Now this is obviously not as pigmented. I use this as a bronzer topper very lightly over my bronzer. And I've been using this all year. This has been in a project pan. I love it. Honestly, I love it so much. To be honest, I can use the same bronzer all year and be pretty content. I have done that. But this, again, it's a lot like Ofra format in the fact that it gives a sheen on the skin, but it doesn't make you look highlighted. It doesn't make you look sweaty. It doesn't make you look oily or gross. It just gives your skin a nice sheen. And I have very, very dry skin, so that's nice for me because my skin can look cakey and cracky and dry and bleh. This makes it look nice, presentable. Who'd have thought? Next, we've seen this a lot on my channel recently. This, I'm sure you're all waiting for it. This is my Hoola bronzer. This is at number 2. Look at this pan. Look at... Someone recently commented on one of my videos and said, if a bronzer lasts you over 100 uses, it is definitely worth the money. This has lasted me all gosh darn year. And I started using it when there was already a pan in it. So when am I going to finish this? Probably like 2026. You know, this isn't going anywhere. This is more of like a neutral bronzer. You can see it is not as pigmented as some of my others. But I've grown a bit of a soft spot for this year. It is really beautiful. Starting to smell a little bit. But I'm not going to take points away from it for that because I've had this for a while. It's still blendable even after all these years. Can we just talk about the packaging? I'm so glad that Benefit got the message and got rid of those stupid box packaging things. Ooh, sorry, that just raged me for a little bit. But I depotted this, of course, and I like it a lot better now. Okay, that means number 1. I'm pretty sure this was number 1 last year as well. It stayed at number 1. This is my Kiko Unexpected Paradise bronzer. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. It's as big as my face. I got this on recommendation from Soph. She was Soph Does Nails. Now I think she's just Soph. To be honest, I haven't watched her videos in a while. Let's swatch it here. Can you even see that? It doesn't swatch the best. Let me try and get somewhere. Yeah, you can see it does not swatch the best. I've swatched it there. It is very, very light, but I know I said I like a deeper bronzer. Look at where I've just been like rubbing my hands. I'm gunky. This is lighter than my usual loves, but the packaging, in addition to the smell, in addition to the marbling, in addition to the amount that you get in this, in addition to like the satiny kind of look that it gives the skin, everything just put together makes this beautiful. I love this. This made me fall in love with Kiko. I love Kiko. Kiko, I was going to say if you're watching, who am I? Who do I think I am? But Kiko, I'm throwing it out into the universe. I love you. I love you. You're so cute. You are adorable. I love Kiko. So yeah, there we go. That was my bronzer ranking. My arm looks gross. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of an insight on my bronzer preferences. I hope you're loving Vlogmas just like I am. I am gonna love you and leave you, clear off this arm, and go and film my blush ranking, which is coming tomorrow. So stick around, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for my blush ranking. Okay, bye bye.